the first card you have for your past is the Knight of Swords. So yeah, I think you might have been a bit angry with someone, which is a bit of an Aries thing. I'm seeing you might have been driven a bit crazy, actually. Not literally. Well, not literally, but I think you could have had something planned out that you wanted to do, something very set out really well, something that you'd really kind of organised. There was a lot of time that went into this, a lot of organising, whatever this was. I'm seeing appointments being made at set times, and you'd kind of gone to a lot of effort to make those appointments, and then you couldn't kind of get out of them once you did them. You wanted to keep them set where they were. And I'm seeing, yeah, just putting a lot of effort into this, making sure everything went exactly as you wanted it to go. And I think there might have been someone who might have been making this a little bit difficult for you. I'm not sure if they even realised that's what they were doing. I think this is a kind of just a disorganised person. I keep on seeing, times being changed, dates being messed around, something like that. Maybe they said that they'd be somewhere at a certain time, or they said they'd do something for you at a set time or date or something, and then they kept on trying to change things around. Maybe they were texting you saying, oh, I'm not here at that time. Maybe you said, hey, it's 8 o'clock, you're supposed to be here. Oh, yeah, well, I won't be here until like 9 now. Oh, now it's 10. Oh, now this has happened. All of that kind of thing that drives me crazy. You can see I'm getting angry already. It drives you crazy. And I think, in the beginning, you were trying to be a bit patient with this person. You're trying to be a bit understanding because, we all make mistakes, things go wrong, whatever. But when it kept on happening, I think you just felt really, really angry with them, like this knight who's rushing forward with his sword. That's how you felt, just like an Aries, actually. You weren't changing any appointments for them. You were not changing any times for them. You did not change anything. You definitely were not changing anything for this person. It was like, well, if you can't be there at that time, forget it. Goodbye. I'm going to go on with this anyway. And I think that's what you did. But you were very, very angry. And that really annoys me too. I'm very laid back when it comes to these things because I know people make mistakes, things go wrong. Sometimes there's traffic, sometimes something happens, sometimes, things happen that you don't know. But really, as soon as that happens, that person should tell you straight away as soon as possible, not have you kind of trying to call them and ask them what's wrong. They really should be saying, as soon as something's about to happen, oops, I'll call them straight away and say, I'm really sorry this has happened. But I mean, that's what I would do. But some people are just like, oh, well, I won't bother telling them, and that's the kind of thing that was driving you crazy. So yes, the next card you have for your past is the Star. So I think someone was really interested in you, actually. I think I've seen this person a lot in your readings. I see them over and over again, actually, in your readings, this person. I think that for a while you might not have even realised they were attracted to you because I'm seeing you either you weren't noticing them or you were sort of half pretending not to notice them. It might have been that. But now I think this has become really, really clear, really obvious to you that this person is interested in you romantically. I hope this is going to make sense, but I think that finding this out might have made you feel a little bit exposed, if that makes sense, a little bit vulnerable. I do see this happening in your readings, that a part of you wants to get close to people, especially in love, but then another part of you feels kind of exposed, even at the thought of being in love with someone or feeling that feeling of being in love with someone. This beautiful woman on this card, she's beautiful, she's by herself, she's strong and all of that, but she's naked and she's by herself. Sorry about that noise going past. She's by herself. So, if any woman is naked and by themselves, they're vulnerable, obviously. So they might even be in danger if they are. So you don't like that feeling. It feels like you're in danger. You don't like it. And you're not in danger. You're really not. But finding this out, that this person truly, really is interested in you, might have put you on alert in that way, in that kind of, oh, danger, danger, I'm on alert, that kind of thing. And this person doesn't want to harm you, and I think you know that. That's actually the last thing they want to do. If they're interested in you, they don't want to harm you, and they're a reasonable person. But, if you're not interested in coming close to them, and it looks like you're not, I don't know, it looks like you might be, but you're not. You always have this kind of contradiction going around, anything like that. But if you're not, just tell them. Just come out and tell them. They'll understand. They can be a little bit emotional sometimes, but don't be afraid of that. They're a strong person as well. I mean, this woman's staring into the water. She's staring into her emotions. So yes, she can be a bit emotional, or he or whoever this is. But the woman in this card's also balanced. She has her one foot in the water and the other foot on the ground. So she's kind of balanced in between the two. She's not completely emotional, and she's not completely earth-based either. And also, I'm just seeing this. There might be a small place in your heart actually for someone else. I'm seeing a small place because I'm not seeing a huge place. Just a small place. This is someone who might have been just in the back of your mind even. Maybe they're still in the back of your mind. So if this resonates, don't worry. I don't think this person who's interested in you that you're kind of really feeling really anxious over, I don't think they'd react badly if you said no to them. They're well balanced. They won't overreact. They won't do anything like that. I think they'll be fine about it. Obviously, they're not going to be happy about it, obviously. But, I don't think they'll react badly to it. I don't think you have to worry about that. So the last card you have for your past is the Ten of Wands. So yes, I think this is about these things you were organising, and there was a lot going on. You had a lot to do. You had, appointments, phone calls, emails, all of that kind of thing. You're kind of running around trying to do all these things. And I think you were doing these things because you had this end goal, and it was something that you knew you kind of needed to do. It wasn't something you just wanted to do. It was something you knew that you had to do. You needed to do this thing. And I think you've been trying to do this for a long time. You've been trying to make this happen for a long, long time. I'm also getting this feeling of part of you not being sure about this either. I mean, there are a lot of contradictions inside of you when it comes to your emotions. Over a lot of different things in your life. But you know that you have to do this thing. This is the one thing that you have to do. You have to. I'm getting that really strongly. You have to do this thing. I'm getting that. So you might still be in the middle of trying to achieve this now. But I'm just seeing you feeling as if, you were doing so much work, putting so many hours in toward this, trying to do this, but you weren't able to physically see the results in front of you. It's like you knew that you had to be getting somewhere, but you couldn't see where you were going, if that makes sense with you. And I think this card's giving you a message that you will get there. You will get there. I think you're probably going to be feeling like you'll be walking in a bit of a dark tunnel for a while. You won't be able to see what's at the end of the tunnel, but just knowing that you have to keep on walking is going to kind of force you to keep on walking, if that makes sense. Like it's like you're in the dark and you're like, I know I just have to keep on going. I don't know where I'm going. I can't see where I'm going to go, but I have to keep on going. I have to do this. This man on this card, he can't see where he's going, but that doesn't mean that he can't go where he's going. That doesn't mean that he isn't getting anywhere. He's actually heading toward a beautiful home, but he can't see that yet. And maybe that's where you're heading, somewhere that feels like home, somewhere that's kind of special to you. And you know that that's where you have to go. You have to. It's like you're kind of forced to go there, but then a part of you is kind of like, oh, I don't know. That's what I'm getting, these kind of contradictions. But the main thing I'm getting in this card is you know that that's what you have to do. You know that that's where you have to go. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your present is the Two of Swords. So yeah, contradictions. That's what this card's all about. Contradictions, not knowing which way to go, not knowing what to kind of choose. Also I think, whether you mean to or not, you're covering your heart as well. From this person in the Star card, you're kind of covering your heart, all from anyone really. Like this woman in this card, she's making a cross over her heart. So you're saying, no one's coming close to my heart. That's what I'm seeing in that as well. And also you feeling these contradictions going on in your head. And again, I'm seeing a lot of, I'm seeing these kind of, all of these kind of contradictory moods about all sorts of different things. One minute you're up, next minute you're down. But I think that, once you finish this thing in the Ten of Wands that you really want to achieve, I think these moods are going to start to calm down. They're not going to be as up and down. They're going to be a lot more stable for you. And I think once you've done this, it's going to solve a whole lot of different problems for you. I just keep on seeing that that you have to do this. You have to. You're just stressed or you're just nervous around whatever this is. And you keep on going backwards and forwards around this as well. It's like one minute you say, right, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to take action on this and I'm going to get it done right now. And you go and work on it. And then the next minute you say, oh, maybe I won't do this now. Maybe I just put it off. Maybe I'll do something else. What do I need to do? Bite my fingernails, watch Netflix, anything but do the thing, because it makes you feel very, very nervous. So you've got this up and down going on. But, again, you have to do this. You have to do this. You might just have to plow through this. You might just have to force yourself through it because you have to do it. And I think your feelings are just getting in the way. I think you're probably getting your own way of doing this. Don't be angry. That's what I'm seeing. I keep on getting this feeling that things might not be quite as difficult as you're making them out to be. It might be that you're more anxious about this than actually is necessary. But it's okay for me to tell you that. If you're anxious, you're anxious. You can't do anything about that. But yeah, you might just have to do this anyway, no matter how you're feeling. You might just have to do this. The next card you have for your present is the Three of Pentacles. So, yeah, I'm seeing you going to some kind of meeting or some kind of interview or something like that. And this is around, yeah, I'm seeing some kind of panel behind a desk or something. A group of people behind a desk. I'm not seeing a job interview, but this does have something to do with money. I mean, this is the Three of Pentacles, so it has something to do with money, some kind of money exchange or something like that. It might be something that you're buying or renting, a purchase, something like that. It might be a grant or a loan, something you're applying for. If this has anything to do with this thing that you need to do, I'm really glad to be seeing this card, because this means that action is going to happen. This is kind of confirming action. It's like when you look at these Three of Pentacles, these three coins, I always see them as cogs turning around, like a bit of machinery turning around. So that says to me action. Once the machinery starts kind of churning in and going around, you can't stop it. It starts and you have to keep going. So you might start on this and you might just have to keep going, like you're on a treadmill. You can't turn it off. You're just going to have to keep walking. So yeah, if you're wondering and you're stressed about whether this is actually ever going to happen, it is going to happen. I can see that. This is going to happen. That's the message I have to tell you about that. So the last card you have for your present is the Three of Cups. So yeah, obviously this is about celebrations, all of that kind of thing. And that's what happens this time of year. People celebrate and all of that. But I think this might be a reminder to you, actually. This might be a reminder to you to just kind of recognize how far you've come throughout the year and celebrate how far you've come. I know that sounds a bit cringy. I know that also sounds a little bit like a simple message. But I think, you've been very hard on yourself. I'm seeing a lot of fluctuating moods in this reading, and I'm seeing that, you're very stressed about a lot of things, and you might be frustrated with yourself for not kind of going further with things and not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. You might be putting yourself down about things, about this thing as well. You might be saying, why haven't you done it? Come on, you should have done this by now. All of that kind of thing. Don't do that to yourself. I mean, it's almost the end of the year. Look back over everything you've achieved. Look at the beginning of the year and look at now and look how far you've come. When you're in the middle of things, when you're stressed, when you're running around trying to do everything, it can be really hard to see how far you've come until you actually look back. So this is what you have to do. You have to look back and see how far you've come. And then I want you to celebrate that in some way. Just celebrate how far you've come, where you are now. And, you deserve to do that. Celebrate what you've done. Don't be so hard on yourself all the time. Celebrate the good things. Celebrate what you've done right. The first card you have for your future is the Page of Wands. I'm actually seeing someone who's a little bit curious about you, actually. This is someone who is just kind of thinking about you. It's like they're not around you, but they're thinking about you. They're kind of thinking about talking to you. I think this person wants to bring a message to you, but I think they want to speak to you face to face. I don't think they want to text you. I don't think they want to email you or anything. They want to speak to you face to face. But they can't do that because I think they're far away from you, or they're not around you, or something like that. They might be at a distance from you. They might be quite a distance from you. You might be hearing things about them at this time. You might be hearing their name, or you might be hearing people talking about this person. And I think this person might be on your mind sometimes. I don't know if it's the same person who I was seeing in the star card, the one who you have a little place in your heart for. It might not be, it might be a totally different person. But I'm getting the feeling that I don't think this person's going to talk to you unless it's face to face. That's what I'm seeing. I think they have a lot of pride as well. So you might have had an argument in the past or something like that, and they have a lot of pride, and they don't want to kind of talk to you or face you until it's kind of face to face. Yeah, they're not going to come and open up to you right away if they do eventually do that. And I think, yeah, you're definitely thinking about each other. Not in an over-the-top way. It's not like, oh, I miss you so much. It's not like that. There are just thoughts and feelings there. They're kind of thinking a bit about you. You're kind of thinking a bit about them. I think you should expect a message from this person if this resonates and you know who this is. But I think it's going to take a long time before they give you this message, because I keep on seeing that they want to see you face to face, and they can't do that. They want to take action, they want to do that, but they can't do that because they're far away from you. That's what I keep on seeing. It's like this page, he's looking up to the top of his wand. He wants to take action, he wants to get up there, he wants to do things, but he isn't sure how he's going to do it. He's not sure when he's going to do it. So this person's thinking, I want to talk to them face to face. I can't do it. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I am going to do it eventually, I think. This is something that I really want to do. This is something that I'm looking up to doing, or looking forward to doing. So, yeah, the next card you have for your future is the High Priestess. I think that if you do end up talking to this person in the Page of Wands, I think, and I think you probably will eventually, you're going to have to go through and have some very, very deep conversations with this person, because I am seeing that you might have fallen out with them in the past. Not right away, I think eventually, especially if either of you do think about coming together romantically, because there's a possibility that you might do that. Now, you might not want to do that, I don't know. Because I'm not getting a huge amount of feeling for you, but I am getting that you are thinking a bit about them. That's about it. So I don't know if this is going to continue, but I think this person wants it to. I think they really, really do. I'm also seeing that some things might have been hidden while you're around this person. And I think that if you do have all of these talks, whatever these things are have to come out. I don't know who was hiding things, but if you are going to get together romantically, even if you're going to be friends, I think whatever this is that was hiding, or whatever this is that was hidden or is hidden, is going to have to come out before you're able to do that. That's what I'm seeing. And the other thing I'm seeing with this is the High Priestess is obviously a very, very extremely spiritual person. I know this isn't an Aries thing to do, but see if you can try to either meditate or do something peaceful. I had someone in my comments one day saying, because I said, oh, in an Aries reading, I said, oh, maybe you should meditate. And someone said, oh, haha, imagine an Aries meditating. Yes, I know. But it's a good thing to do if you can do this, if you can. Or do something else that's peaceful. Just try to clear your head. Because I'm seeing these kind of fluctuating moods around you. The bottom of the dress looks a little bit like the bottom of her dress. I'll just show you, you can't see it there. It looks a little bit like waves going up and down. And that's what your moods are like. Your moods are like waves going up and down, like the tide coming in and out. So try to calm yourself in the best way that you possibly can. If you can't meditate, do something else that you know that you can do that's going to relax you. It might just be watching a movie, could be anything. And I think, if you're still stressed about this thing that you're trying to achieve, know that it will happen no matter what happens. This is going to happen. This is something that has to happen. But the sooner you do this, the calmer you will feel. So if you plow through this instead of just sitting back and going, oh, I might do it later. If you plow through it now, the sooner you do this, the happier and the calmer you're going to be. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, the last card you have for your future is the Queen of Cups. So, you're probably going to try to be a little bit careful not to show people the extent of how up and down your moods are at this time. But I don't think you're going to be able to hide them, because I think, you're just open. You just can't hide how you're feeling. That's what I'm seeing. This beautiful queen, she's holding onto this cup, and obviously this cup is full of emotion, but she has a lid on it. So she's trying to keep a lid on her emotion. She's trying not to show people what she's feeling. But, again, you're not going to be able to do this. You're very open with your emotions. Even when you're trying to hide them, you can't do that. And also the Queen of Cups can't hide how she's feeling. We can all see that she's very moody and she's very introspective. And it's very obvious. Look at how she's looking. She's kind of looking at this cup dreamily. And she's all in her feelings, in her moods. She's kind of, nobody can even say anything to her. She probably wouldn't even notice. She's just so into her moods. So, there are some people around you who want to help you, who want to talk to you, and get you kind of out of these moods, or at least help you, or at least just listen to you vent. Talk to these people. I think they're really good people to talk to. I think you know who they are. And, they care about you. They really, really do. And also, again, this thing is going to happen. You are going to achieve this. And when you've finally done this, your moods are going to be a lot calmer and a lot more stable. But again, I have to keep saying this to you, don't be angry. The sooner you have finished this, the calmer your moods are going to be. Sooner. And you'll be way, way, way better off once you've done this. And I think you really do know this. I think you know that.